let me know how am I sounding. Greetings, greetings, greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie Jah Rastafari and His beloved Empress Menen Asfa. You are logged onto Real Vibes Radio and you're listening to Alkebulan Empress Sounds. Yeah, welcome. We have a special guest. Want to introduce you to Naga Han. Greetings. How are you?
Hanging up, settling in.
Okay, so let's see. Penny, can you hear Naga Han? Let's see if she can hear you. So we want to say give thanks to everyone who's logged in. Penny Vibes. Nagahan. Nagahan?
Yes,
Greetings.
greetings, It's something.
Nagahan?
That's
Wait, I'm not hearing you. One sec. Nagahan?
yes, I can hear you now.
Nagahan is okay. All right. Well, Nagahan?
Yes, can you hear me?
Well, I just want to apologize to everyone.
Hear me?
We seem to be having some audio challenges.
Can you hear me?
Nagahan,
Yes, I.
can you hear me clear?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Facebook, can you hear Nagahan? Let's see.
Can you hear me? Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect.
Greetings. Want to apologize to everyone. Penny Vibes, can you hear us clear? Just want to make sure. So Nagahan, welcome to Real Vibes Radio. Thank you for your patience.
Worries, we'll talk it out, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So why don't you tell the audience at what age did you start getting into music?
Wow, at what age? Probably like very early age. It started with poetry, you know. So I've always been into poetry. Growing up in Jamaica here, I used to be a big fan of like Louise Bennett, who was a folk, one of our top folk poets from back in the day, and she always had like this grandmotherly vibe about her. Uh, just the mother overall, and I just loved her energy and her poetry and how she found interesting ways to express the poetry, you know. Um, so Louis Bennett was one of the first ones, first inspiration when it comes down to like writing, composing pieces of work. So that was very, very, very early age, like probably like 8 years old or so, that I've been into
Okay, okay.
poetry and poetry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Back in those days, I also had an uncle who was a DJ, a toaster on the mic, you know, in those young days, and I used to actually write music with him, you know. Um, so it started pretty early. I would say like probably as soon as man started to read, basically, you know, learn to read, you know.
So when you used to write, did you only work with your uncle at that time, or you wrote for others?
Mostly I wrote with him, and then I also just wrote my own inspirations, you know, things that I was inspired by, anything. Because to me, poetry is in motion, poetry is in sound, poetry is in sunsets and sunrises, you know. So I always sought like a natural way to tell those stories from a very early age, you know. So yeah, that's actually where it began. It's poetry, you know, loving poetry.
And to this day, do you continue to use your creative expression through poetry to this day?
Absolutely, I think it's all poetry. Every aspect of the music, you know,
Yeah.
even the instruments is poetry. Layering harmonies and melodies behind main vocals is poetry. It's very poetic, you know. Uh, Things like martial arts is poetry in motion. Poetry. So yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay. So tell me, have you
What's that?
ever worked? Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good. So regarding music and instruments, ha- have you ever played other instruments before?
Yes. So before vocals, it was guitar, you know. It was guitar what started it all. Um, when I'd moved from Jamaica to the States with the family, um, I was enrolled in guitar and piano at the same time. You know, these were the days when music was still a part of the curriculum in schools, you know, uh, freely, you know. And so, yeah, it started with the guitar. I love the guitar. Um, I also love the piano. After some time, it translated into bass guitar. I love the bass guitar. I compose on bass. Um, so yeah, there's quite a few instruments that I play other than vocals, you know, and I feel like all those instruments inform my vocals over time. You know what I mean?
Right. So do you continue to play those instruments to this day? Like all of your
I do.
songs that you have, were you part of it?
Yes, indeed. Yes. There have been some tracks released that I played bass on. Um, there's actually a plan to release a whole project where I play bass on all the songs. So uh, yeah, yeah, 100%. Those instruments are part of my repertoire. I also play percussions, naya bingi. A lot of the music you hear that we've put out, I'm part of the bingi crew in the background playing, you know. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay, okay. Why don't you tell us about your inspiration from Augustus Pablo and King Tubby?
Oh wow, oh wow. Yeah, to me, they're authors, some of the authors, foundational authors of Jamaican music, you know. I wouldn't even say, I wouldn't even put it in a box and say reggae music. I would say Jamaican music, essentially. Um, in a larger world music, you know. Uh, I found that a lot of Augustus Pablo, King Tubby, and even Lee Scratch Perry, who I love and was inspired by, still inspired by, informed a lot of other kinds of music in the world. You know what I mean? In my travels, I've met so many
Yeah.
people from different walks of life that are into different kinds of music. But King Tubby, Augustus Pablo, and Lee Perry is like foundation for them also. You know,
Foundation.
um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so something that's very mystical about their sound and something authentic about their sound. Um, I mean, honestly, I just feel like, yeah, they allowed the Holy Spirit to flow through them, and they took it to the world and brought it to us. You know,
Yeah, and many people continue to sample their products, what they've created to this day.
yeah, it's like the foundation stone of the pyramid, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that everybody
Yeah.
just builds on. Um, that's all you can do is is build on up. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I noticed that regarding Augustus Pablo, you've had the opportunity to work with his son. Tell us about this.
Yes. Yo, yeah, that was quite mystical. Actually, it was in the midst of recording David Stone album out in California. That's the first album. I actually got to get those tracks to the eye. Anyway, so when finishing that album, I think it was back in 2016 or 17, and Addis was in California. I was living in California at the time, and you know, due to the strength of me being inspired by his father, I just reached out to him to see if
Oh,
he wanted to link up, basically, because we were in the town, you know, and
right.
and he was like, "Yeah, man, sure, I have some downtime, and let's link up." And it was me and Roots Natty, the producer of that album. We met him in Oakland. We got like a motel motel. I don't remember what it's called. Some kind of Motel 6 or 8, whatever it's called. I don't remember what it was called. And we basically turned it into a studio.
The
We turned it
vibes.
into a studio. So yeah, and then just recorded. He recorded melodic on a few tracks, and the vibes was just there from yeah immediately. And yeah, we just keep the link from them time.
Yeah.
And yeah, and his father who was part of the 12 tribe movement in Kingston, Jamaica here. My father was also a part of that same movement during the same time. So my dad and his dad came across each other and had mutual respect for each other from the stories that I would remember. And so I remember sharing with him that day. So it was really like a really nice closing the generational gap together
Sure.
with him that day and working together.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That connection. I mean, I would just believe what an honor it is to be not only be inspired by Augustus Pablo, Lee Scratch Perry, and King Dubby, but then having the opportunity to work with his son and to create music that will continue to transcend until just like
Until yeah.
just like how the foundation artist has set it. So that's pretty awesome that you had that opportunity.
Absolutely, it's a great honor. It's all a great honor. The whole mission, the whole journey is a great honor.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I want us to talk about you were part of you were producing dub reggae music
Yes, I,
um,
yes, I.
with a duo called Dub Ricious.
Dub Reach, yes, I, the Dub Rishis.
Yes.
Um, the Rishi is like the teacher, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this was in my Washington D.C. days. So when we left Jamaica, it was in Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia area that we ended up, and and a lot of Caribbean immigrants were there. A lot of people who were inspired by Caribbean music and such. So the double repeat was basically me and brother named Terrence. He's a good friend of mine to this day. He played every other instrument. I played the bass. Um, we listened to a lot of King Cubby and Pablo and Lee Scratch Perry and Yabi U. Um,
Wow.
and also other kinds of music too, like underground hip hop. We love like underground hip hop, like Myth Doom. Those were very skilled on the mic, skilled at making beats and break beats and stuff like that. So we were inspired by all of that, and then we just would gather together every day, basically, and just create music. And we never actually got a chance to release any of that stuff yet, but it's all in the archives.
Right.
But someday.
Right. And everything happens in divine time, Naga. But give thanks that it's there. And when that time presents itself,
Yeah, seriously. Yes, it's gonna be. Yeah, we're looking forward to that for sure.
oh, good, good,
Yeah,
good. When I listen to a lot of your songs, I should say the majority of your songs is, in my opinion, it's rooted in spirituality. I would like you to share what has that journey been like for you. I saw that you attended the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Are you a member?
I am. Yes, I.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
talk to us about that, please.
Yeah, well, I think I mentioned earlier that my father, he was a part of the 12 tribe headquarters in King Day, in the 70s and so on. Um, and even when he had moved to New York, he was also part of the headquarters there because, the 12 tribe is in all the major cities. 12 tribes, Rasta is where you would find all the musicians and Rasta man, Rasta woman who had various society jobs. They were doctors, they were lawyers, they were teachers, stuff like that. So that was a function of 12 tribe. Um, but while in 12 tribe is a very biblically based movement, I would say, in the sense of um, they don't shy away from the, and that's what my father loved was that yeah, here was some fellowship with the Bible in a new way, in a Rasta way, um, in light of His Majesty's way, essentially. Um, and so what I and I found is that His Majesty, as we all know, is Orthodox Christian, you know. So historically, he's an Orthodox Christian and a very devout one at that. And so, in seeking him, I would say that ought to walk his way, how he showed I and I to walk the way, and that's what led Iman personally to the Orthodox, you know.
Yes.
Um, and just a great honor, really and truly, to connect with these ones in the Orthodoxy who also have a root in Rastafari, you know. Because as you probably know, the Orthodox Church here in Jamaica was a church that was sent here directly by him, by His Majesty, you know. I know that he also did the same in Trinidad as well, you know. But then here in Jamaica, Jack,
Yeah.
to come show the Rasta man the other side of him,
Yeah.
I'd say the mystery side of him.
Yeah.
And yeah, and once you enter that door of mystery, I just feel like it's an unfolding
Yes.
that keeps on giving, you know.
Yes. Yes. So, give thanks for your position and just your strength and your determination, and you're rooted in Rastafari, and you can hear it in yes, in your songs, which is important because the world needs to hear the balance of things that are happening in the world and also the spirituality of who we are. And
Yeah,
it's directly in all of your songs. So give thanks for that.
yes, yes. Praise Jah for that for
Yes.
sure. I feel like yeah, that's who really gives the songs and gives the inspiration. So
Yeah. Yes.
um we're like the poet that yeah, the poet is like a translator,
Right.
is how I see it.
Yeah.
Just like translate informations that come from divine or come from mystical experiences, you know.
Right. Um, I think about expression as you mentioned earlier on, and we are able to express ourselves in multiple ways, and having the opportunity to use poetry, having the opportunity to be a singer, is just part of one another way that we make those type of connections, not only for ourselves but for the world. So give thanks
Yes,
for having that opportunity as well.
yes, that's a great honor I speak of.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a great honor that yeah, to feel inspired to go out and promote the word.
Yeah. So Nagahan, outside of music, do you have any other interests that you are into?
Yeah, another interest of mine is it's just nature really. Um and within nature, things like farming is actually something that really interests me and something I see myself going into even deeper in the near future. Farming in a sustainable way, uh, um, more off the grid kind of islands.
Yeah. Right.
Um, yeah, yeah, just
That's the goal.
strength and preparation for the times that we live in.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I overs. We
yeah,
we have the earth is changing. Things are changing, and sustainability should be a priority for everyone, especially those who live in the in warm climates where we could manipulate the earth and grow our food for ourselves, right? So
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. I mean, we see the how chaotic it is with the GMO vibration and over inflation um, and just the different kind of cold wars, that seek try to cramp everyone's style. So definitely people will have to seek an alternative,
Right,
in the coming years,
right, right. Well, give thanks for the word, sound, and power, Nagahan.
Absolutely. Yeah, give thanks to him. I'm glad it's working. The audio is working this far, so give
If
thanks.
only they knew what we had to go through, huh? Well, it's all good. You know what? I give thanks for patience. I give thanks for overstanding, right? Because sometimes, especially with technology, things do not happen the way it should. And at least we're able to be determined and to persevere, right, Nagahan?
Yeah, and that's essentially what I'm speaking to in the sense of sustainability in all aspects.
Yeah.
Yes, I.
Yeah, Rastafari, yeah. Um, I just want to make sure and hail up CC Flava. She's not physically here with us. However, she is on the Mixcloud and she says, Nagahan, sending love and light and welcome to Real Vibes Radio Show. So that's from CC Flava.
Receive, give thanks, I.
Yeah.
Reflected to that same way. Big up CC flavor.
Yes, yes. And and also I just want to take time. We have people Raz Johnny Cool, Selector John Kerr, the original reverence hail up and give thanks because
Yeah,
it's because the original reverence how we connected. So
big, yes,
honor,
I. Big up.
hmm yeah, honor and glory to the original reverence. Billy Lightning and the queen of Real Vibes Radio, Nagahan, you gotta hail up Penny Vibes.
Penny vibes. Hail penny vibes. You know, blessed love. Give thanks for the opportunity.
And yes, true, true, true. True, true, true. Well, I would like to play Words, Sound, and Power, but before I play this, would you like to say anything about this particular track?
Stone power. Yeah, it's just a track reminding I and I that basically this mission of music and singing and playing instruments is a mission and not a competition, which has been said before. And but it seems like many ones have forgotten that, so it's always good to have a refresher.
You know what, Nagahan? I like reminders, right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
Yeah.
I.
Everything that we do regarding music, it's never a competition. It's to share, it's to heal, it's to connect, it's to have a vibe that unfortunately we are unable to be in person with each other, but we have this virtual platform to make those type of connections. So that's what it's about. Word, sound, power.
Yeah, man. The word, so the Lord said.
You're listening to Nagahan. Word, sound,
Word,
power.
sound, power, yes. Word, sound, power, bless. Word, sound, power, yes. Make them know it is a mission and not a contest. Word, sound, power, yes. Word, sound, power, bless. Word, sound, power, yes. Make them know it is a mission, not a contest. We touching at the scene, judge a name chanting. Everybody humble, no exalting. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, my friend. Go listen to the rhythm, pulsating. You know your chest are in your vein. Music
a joyful noise to him.
Joyful noise to thee, praising the glory, full of majesty. Gonna need a microphone, harps and a xylophone. Now you're bingy 1, 2 in a backbone. Gonna need a sound that is so royal, majestic vision sound. Word sound power, yes. Word sound power, bless. Word sound power, yes. Make them know it is a mission and not a contest. Word sound power, yes. Word sound power, bless.
Nagahan,
Word sound power, yes.
in my opinion, all, and I'm saying all artists have a responsibility to word, sound, and power. Right? What is it? How come it's so difficult for certain ones, even in the industry, to be consistent with word, sound, and power? What do you think is going on?
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is like the teaching of you can't serve two masters one time, you know?
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna feel like you're inspired by one thing that's that, and then something that's completely contrasted, you know, but at the same time not being able to harmonize the two. I think a lot of ones struggle with that, especially when it comes to like industry vibration. You know, there's certain standards they have to meet, and so on, and the image and all of this. But that's partially what I think it is double-mindedness, which which can happen to anybody. But from where I studied it, that's what it kind of seems like. It's serving two masters one time, and or riding the donkey with two backs, you know, not going forward, not going backward. Yeah,
It's
just
impossible.
yeah, it's just
I think yeah.
Babylon.
Yeah, first day I actually was having a conversation and we actually said that you cannot serve two masters. It's impossible. You cannot forward like that. And once again, all the artists have a responsibility to maintain a certain standard because you are giving the world substance in your lyrical contents and you
Yes.
have a responsibility to help I and I heal, to help I and I see life for what it is. So I just want to
Yes,
say to you, Nagahan, give thanks for having a standard and an order, which is crucial,
Definitely.
especially during these times, but it's crucial throughout. It's important.
Yes, I
Yeah. Give thanks.
give thanks for that. Yes, I.
Yeah.
One, two in a backbone. Whoa, whoa, Jano, no in between.
The Living Stream. Would you like to say
Yes.
something on this track?
Absolutely. The Living Stream is the title track for From the Living Stream, Chapter 1 LP, produced by Root Unity out of Holland. Um, yeah, I love those works as well, you know, and it's been a great joy and honor to share those works with the world. Um, yeah, so the Living Stream is just the title track for that body of work. You see it.
Okay. And So you have 4 albums out. Tell the world about those albums, please.
Yes, I. So the first album would be the David Stone album from out of Roots Unity Camp. I'm sorry, Roots Nati Camp, Roots Nati, from out of Puerto Rico and California. The second album is The Living Stream, from Roots Unity out of Holland. The third album is Emergence from the High Flyers Kingston Echo crew out of Belgium. uh, which also that album also has a dub counterpart. And then the fourth album, which is where you were promoting or been in Europe promoted, is the Templin Man, which also comes with a dub version. So it is 4 albums, but if you count the dub albums, it's six. It's really 6 albums, but it's
Okay,
four vocal
right, with the
albums.
dubs.
So
I get it. I
and
overlap.
there's also
Yeah, yeah.
there's
So
also
Temple.
Abashant EP as well. I'm sorry, Abashant EP, from out of Germany, Cameron the Merchant.
Yes, and so Temple in Dub produced by Majestic Vision out of the UK and
Out of
Roots Unity.
Unity. Yeah, yeah. Yes,
Good,
I.
good, good. So give thanks to all of those who were instrumental in assisting, right? So talk about relationships. Talk about, what is it to collaborate with brothers and sisters in the music business and what I want to hear, the positive. I want to hear like how has that been for the eye, Nagahan?
Honestly, it's been like the magic of music in the sense of that the music takes over. It gains a life of its own, so to speak, and once it reaches people's ears and they really love it, then it just keeps going. Really, you know. A lot of the collabs that I've done have been people who have heard previous works and they'll say, let's do something fresh and new, and then that's how we've kept building it, even to this day as I speak. And yeah, I mean, they've been great collabs. They've been well received, all of them. So I think that yeah, it's been good working relationship basically. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. I know sometimes in the music industry because of the various personalities, sometimes it's a bit challenging. However, I think as not I think, I know as Rastas, we are compassionate and we have empathy. So we do what we need to do to make sure that the mission is accomplished. Right? Even in the difficulty, even in the trials and in the tribulations, we make sure that progress is being made.
Yeah, I've grown to love or appreciate love the challenges, you know.
Really? You appreciate love the challenges. But they're learning lessons, right?
Yeah,
Tell me, they're learning lessons.
yeah. Well, sometimes things might not go the way that you envisioned, or you know, um, and that's a lesson in itself. You know what I mean?
Right,
And and we're talking about the plus and the negatives.
right,
I've come to understand that you need the plus and the negative in order to move forward. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
every every battery is plus and negative, and that's how
right.
anything is charged that battery to move forward. So that's how I see life uh, in
Good
totality. Actually,
perspective. Good perspective.
yeah,
Yeah,
the positive is always above and the negative below. It's how I've always seen it. Battery in the one battery, and
right,
yeah, you keep the positive above, the negative can go on the negative as much as it wants to
right.
be.
Yeah, and yes, and you know what, Nagahan? Perspective. That's what life is about. Perspective. So you create, you see what it is, and you create something that's going to make sense for you, but knowing that you have to deal with it because it's part of the journey. So it's like it's like when a ball is thrown at you, your hand is gonna always be like this because this
Yeah.
represents situations that occur. And guess what? Sometimes the ball lands in your hand, and guess what? It may fall. But what you got to do, you just got to pick it up and hold it again, and you just continue to
Yeah.
forward.
Yes, I. Yes,
Yeah,
I. And sometimes when that ball falls, it bounces back up.
exactly. And
So,
you just be ready, right? You got to just be ready.
yes,
Give
yeah,
thanks. Yeah, give thanks.
for real.
So look, stumble and fell. Tell us about
Stumble
this
and fell.
one.
Yeah, he's stumble and fell based upon on Psalm 27. And I
Oh,
literally remember when I composed that one for Roots Unity. Um, the idea was to create a song of protection. Like the song itself.
yeah,
Anybody who listens to it, anybody, because that's what the Psalms are in themselves. Like
right,
countless millions of people read Psalms for protection and for guidance, right? Uh,
right,
so I was seeing that's what I'm doing musically is I those affirmations and those protective spells in the music uh, to reach everybody, and anybody can use it as their weapons, to lift up themselves.
yeah. You know what? I appreciate love how we extend as Rastas. I appreciate love how I and I extend ourselves to others, right? And we are mindful of other
I
people and what we're doing in everything that we do. So I like to hear that, yeah, when I created this, it is to help and to motivate and to inspire because
it's a
it's not
tool.
a, yeah, yeah, we are part of the whole, but it's for the whole. and and
It's
and as Rastas, we are very mindful of that.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. I think that's literally something in the Ras crown, that
yeah,
function that
right.
we talk about is it's one of the jewels in the crown.
It is. It is. It is. It is. Yeah, give thanks. So let the audience hear. Stumble and fell. Nagahan.
When the enemy come up on I, they stumble and fail, stumble and fail. Most I preserve we like turtle in a shell, shell. When the enemy come up on I, they stumble and fail, stumble and fail. And he who fights and run away live another day to tell. So in and the runnings go broke up them spell, broke up them spell. Neo-colonial slavery, mental tricks them a sell, tricks them a sell. All because of our ancient seed of Israel, seed of Israel. Seed of the serpent hybrids who from Zion heights them did fail. Naya Bingi 1-2 shook them from places them dwell. Archangel Michael cast the ones who rebel, the one Azazel. And no place was found for them wasteland desolate. Until the consummation, summation of the ages flow. When the enemy come up on I, they stumble and fail, stumble and fail. Most I preserve we like turtle in a shell, shell. When the enemy come up on I, they stumble and fail, stumble and fail. And he who fights and run away live another day to tell. The most I children nothing we play with. Among a sun and moon as so verse is stated, and the fruit of his body crown and scepter stay. Heaven and earth all sacred places, from Jerusalem mount to the Mount of Olives, and gather the nations new covenant solid. Yeah. Until that day man's best state is like unjust
Nagahan, regarding artists owning their own materials, what are your thoughts about that? If we have an artist, an upcoming artist who's on, and they're looking for guidance and just direction as what they need to do within the music business, I would like you to talk to them at this time, especially regarding owning their music.
Well, no, for Iman, it's been a thing of self-discovery as well, as I'm an independent artist. Um, so a lot of those questions were answered by personal studies, also just reasoning with people who have been in the the game, so to speak,
Yeah.
for a while, veterans of the thing. But I think one of the best things I can say to one's upcoming artists is just to educate yourself. And especially in this day and age where, there's so many outlets to do that, as simple as Google, as simple as YouTube. Um, and even simpler, we're so connected to each other via social media that we see what ones and ones are doing, that we should be able to reach out and ask questions and things of this nature. So I can't claim to be an expert on an advice for starting artists, but I can say definitely educate yourself for sure. Educate yourself, and try to and pray that you are just around with good people. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, once again, yes, I hear you with all due respect and I receive your position. I just believe as you've grown in the music business, you've seen and you know what you would have done differently if you had another opportunity. So I know with some of the artists coming on, sometimes they just need someone to just let them know other other ways of doing things. So yeah, research, right? Doing the research and educating yourself. And it is a tedious process, but what better way to learn about the business than to do the work that is necessary for you, so that way you don't have to rely on people. And as we've seen, a lot of these artists from in the 50s, from in the 60s, from in the 70s, they were robbed, and to this day they don't even have royalties coming in because they didn't have anyone to support them like that. So just making sure that you know those key persons who is for you, right, Nagahan?
Yes, it's a teamwork. It's definitely the right team, basically. I feel like behind music, there's an angelic force making it happen. Helping us as well to make it happen. And I think that force helps to build the team that you're on, essentially. Um, uh, that's just my personal. That. But it
Absolutely.
is definitely it's definitely teamwork as well, and proper alignments.
Yeah, teamwork and proper alignments, definitely. So, Nagahan, the next track that I would like to feature is Ja Alone. Ja Alone, right? It just speaks for itself.
Yes, like yeah, that's from the Living Stream album number two. Basically, yeah, it speaks for itself in that that's only who you can rely on,
Yeah,
and essentially.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
surroundings. Yes, the lion surround him. Word is a fountain. Where thou stand is holy grounds on the mountain. Righteousness and condoning. Heal all them groaning. East to the west, I hear the thunders rolling. Cherubims and patrolling. Can't send no drones in. And the scepter in his majesty's holding. Yin and yang unfolding. Dew in the morning. Lily of the valley, Naya Bingi invoking. Four horsemen rolling. Judgment foreboding. Vanguard, angels DNA encoding. Aim at the most high, most tyration in motion. Spirit stir the ocean. Word was spoken, from the word was spoken. The earth is illumined with the peace and the human. To serve as some true one. Aja alone, we seek and follow. I yes for my manna, I universal order. Aja alone, you think go seek and follow. I yes for my man, the universal order. Aja alone, you think go seek and follow. I yes for my man, the universal order. Aja alone, you think go seek and follow. Aja alone. Information comes in this. Make a bit cooler of Ethiopia, have it. Trigonometry, the place of farm and combined spirit. Bits is energy and power, might infinite. Van Jacob ladder, yes, is the spinal conduit. In front the tree of life, Adam stood naked. After the apple, Eve bit. From the atom comes the atom, then Eve them split. Star walk on water in a astral physics. Like a walk in the garden when the most I visit. String theory, so yeah, him get creative. Wisdom is a prophet, so Jah get the praises. Yes, him get the praises.
Nagahan.
Aja
Penny Vibes says, beautiful vibes, lyrics, boom. Give thanks, Penny Vibes.
If we seek and follow, I yes for my man, the universal order. Aja alone, if we seek and follow.
You know what, Nakahan? Yes, as we are playing this track, Jah Alone, there isn't anything else. I also want us to look at some key elements to being happy. Right, because we know Jah alone, right? We know he's all, but in your opinion, and you know, you've been on earth for some time, what are some of those key elements for you to happiness?
Wow. Yeah, well, Jah is mind, body, and soul, yeah. And, that is the Trinity as well. So saying that to say you can find happiness in physical things too, like exercise. Maybe you like martial arts. I gained a lot of happiness from playing football. I love football or soccer, as they say. Those were the times where I'd feel, the happiest in my body, when I'm on the field. So some kind of physical exercise is always good to alleviate a lot of tension, is how I feel, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
whether it's jogging, even things like that, good food, good drink, good thought, good meditation, a routine, a routine that you follow through the year. Things, that like that make you happy. That's how I would answer that. Or, that's how I would approach or even seek happiness for myself
yes.
is enrichment. You know what I mean? Just enrichment, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, I, as I'm listening to your lyrical creation with Jah alone, and it just dawned on me that there may be some people out there that struggle with finding that intrinsic motivation to do things. So
Yes, yes,
here you have the opportunity to inspire, because we could never force anyone to do anything, but we are here to inspire, and we do inspire people. And I just wanted them
yes.
to hear from your perspective. For CC Flava and I, happiness is playing music every Saturday. That is part of our happiness. And when CC came on Saturday, I told her, I said, you know what? sometimes I just let her play, and I don't. It doesn't matter for me if I play or not because I play every day, right?
See.
Yeah, I
Yes,
play music every day. That is, I turn on the set every day. That's my happiness. Or I have roller skates, so sometimes I'll put on my roller skate because I want to connect with my younger me, right? My little me is still inside of me. It's always going to be there,
yeah,
and we have to make those type of connections to bring some fun out, right? Because sometimes we think as adults we're not supposed to have fun. Says who? We want to have fun. We want to be able to engage and exert a certain amount of energy to make us feel vibrant. Because I think a lot of us lost that part of us, and we need to like bring it forward from time to time. I bring it forward a lot of times because I understand the importance of doing that, you know. So I that's why I like to have these intimate conversations so that way people could know who you are and what you do, and the goal is for them to have a different perspective to say, oh, you know what, I never thought about doing this, okay. Or sometimes if I go to the park, I'll just sit and swing, just swing, like, you know, because it's just
yeah.
um, doing something else to bring happiness, whatever that is. Give thanks.
Right. Well, that speaks true to the whole teaching of you have to be like a child again to enter the kingdom.
Hmm.
So you have to be like a child again in order to fully fulfill happiness,
Yeah,
whatever form it takes in your life.
right, right. Because a lot of us, we kind of push that to the side because we think, oh, we're adults and we supposed to do this. And a lot of us miss out on the fun of life, of living, Nagahan.
It's a big mistake a lot of people are making when they uh, I don't know if they knowingly or unknowingly make that decision, to trap up the sense of the child that's in them.
Right.
But I would say, free that up, for sure,
Yeah.
free that up.
Free it
Yeah.
up. You know, and the simplest things in life, the elements. You know, we're here on St. Croix and nature, being out in nature, going places and looking up at at the stars to find the small dipper and the big dipper and Orion's belt. I mean, all of that is part of fun. You know, it makes you feel warm and fuzzy, and it just brings back a vibes. And you know, we give thanks to have
Yes, I,
those opportunities once again, just to be in nature and full joy the elements which has been given to I. Yeah.
and speaking of being in St. Croix, actually, years ago, I think it was back in 2017. I got to sit down with Akibeka Vaughn and reason some. And I distinctly remember him saying, "I and I have to smile more." you know, that was his message that night. When we were reasoning after the show, it was that he's like, "Yeah, we can't go around walking around like we don't have
Screw
no
face.
smile."
What you doing the screw
Yeah,
face for? Why?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you
uh,
remember that.
that's exactly what just came to mind in a
Right.
cross reference. The I being in St. Croix now. So
Give
yeah,
thanks.
yeah, yeah. Just finding time to smile, basically. And I remember him telling me that.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, it does. Laughter and joy does something to your brain, right? It stimulates the brain function. So the neurons will be
Yeah,
firing and
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So we got to do what we need to do. Give thanks. So live life love. Live life love,
I
which is the next
Yes, I
track that I'm going to feature. Go ahead, tell us about this one.
live life, love. Wow, yeah. Interestingly enough, that was written based upon this very topic.
Oh, okay.
It came as a result of me writing about people remembering how to live life, love, essentially. And yeah, so it's rooted in what I and I are reasoning on right now. So yeah, run that.
Well, everything is divine, right? This fits in. Look at that. And no, I didn't plan this. I'm just, holding the vibe and just give thanks.
Perfect. Give thanks.
Yeah.
Don't lose the meaning of live life long. Retaining the dew of thy flower burn. Thy you, thy truth, thy fruit, thy one. The birth is a thing, give you wings like that. Don't lose the meaning of live life long. Retaining the dew of thy flower burn. Thy you, thy truth, thy fruit, thy one. The birth is a thing, give you wings like that. Wisdom is a sharp plate edge. A prophet with the record, me say up on your head. In a heart and mind, yes, in bed. Iron sharp giant, that I mean strength to strength. Words are the wise man, them. When them give a blessing, cannot be taken. No bad mind, no bad omen. Lightning a yonder, always scatter them. I have been never come here to pretend. Might of the Trinity, the Rasta man defend. Give them roots and culture when them ready to go cleanse. With the reggae music, them a pressure in a dance. With the reggae music in a dance. After the covenant in a governance. Bestowed, yes, with his governance. The legacy of King David's inheritance.
Nagahan.
That's right.
So, if we have some youths that are listening at this time, yeah, I would like you to give them a message.
You them. You them. Yes, I. Well, I would like to keep the same meditation of the once for one, twice a child meditation, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that one can just trod through creation with some form of their innocence still intact,
Yeah.
where the journey of life take them. Um, yeah, just keep the childlike wonder and zeal and the childlike yearning to wanting to seek and grow and learn and ask questions. Um, and something I think is also important in this day and age is the respecting of the elders as well. Don't forget to respect the elders. So that there's no generation gap. So that there can be a smooth transition from generation to generation. So honor thy father and thy mother. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land. You know, uh, same instructions that I feel. The same instructions that work anciently, it's going to work today into the future. Is how I see it.
Right. Give thanks for the message.
So,
Yeah. Um, let's do this one.
yeah, original.
I know. I look. I know you asked me. I got it. Give thanks. Oh wow. Look. Give thanks. Would you like to talk about this one?
Nazarene. Wow, Nazarene is based upon, as they call him, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the Nazarene in the scripture. Yeah, so this is quite a mystical one because it's just Iman's chanting about different biblical stories from the Gospels that I personally resonate with, and I know if I personally resonate with it, there are other human beings that also resonate with those teachings
Sure.
and those stories. Simple, yeah.
Sure.
So it's basically just a ode to the Christ man, basically. And this is, I know this is a special one to original Don Reverence and his mother that transitioned recently, Mama Eileen. So this goes out to them.
Yeah.
more strength and light.
Condolences to the family. May she rise in Zion and enough strength and comfort for the entire family. Yeah, the
Yes,
original
yes.
reverence. We send love to the eye. Yeah,
Strength, Aya.
yeah, yeah. Nazarene, Nagahan, and Roots Unity. Nagahan, what is your definition of the Nazarene?
My definition of the Nazarene. Wow. Um, hmm. Well, I think that the Rastaman is the definition of the Nazarene in the modern time, you know. Um, it was an ancient order that existed from them time, the times of Christ, and you know, it was one of the groups that was with the Essenes and these rebel groups that fought against Rome, you know, and so the Rastaman is really the continuation of what a Nazarite is, somebody who takes an oath in order to vow a loyalty to God, essentially, you know. Um, so for me, it's the same thing for me, you know, from then till now. It's your personal oath that you take with your creator, essentially. Um, and I think it varies. It varies for everybody. It differs for everybody. You know what that is, because everybody have their own destiny and their own path to walk home, essentially. You know. Um, so Nazarene to me, it has more to do with the oath that one takes in the bottom of their heart with God, essentially, you know.
And to elaborate a little bit more, when you say the oath, please be
Yes.
specific.
Well, it's an oath of holiness, you know. It's a oath of being set apart to do God's work, because that's what holiness means, right? People have had a mistake of thinking holiness is something that's saying holier than thou, but actually no, it just means you set apart something specifically for God's work, you know. Um, because in this world there's a lot of workers of iniquity as well, and we know so it's not the work of God, you know.
Right.
Um, so you have to have that distinction for sure. Uh, Yeah, yeah. Now, there's a distinction between the positive and the negative, going back to that reasoning, you know.
Yeah.
You got to know what's negative and you got to know what's positive. Um, Even when you're putting a battery in a car, you got to know which one is negative, which one's positive, or you might shock yourself, you know.
Right.
And I think reality is the same way. You know, our deeds, our actions are the same way.
Right.
Um, but if we sanctify our actions and sanctify our goals and our intentions for God, then that's what that oath is. You've made that oath, you know. Yeah,
Right. And it's only for I and I to forward in that direction of righteousness, because this is what we strive to go towards, what we strive to be.
that's right. That's right. Righteousness is just growth, you know. Just like when a tree grows because the sun hits it right every day. That's right, you know.
It is.
And so I
Yeah,
feel like our personal growth is the same way.
it is.
It's to go the balanced way, the right way, you know, towards the light, essentially.
Well, you spoke about the balance, so tell us the role of the empresses with what we are talking about, please.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just yesterday, I mean, this is in the liturgy of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, yeah. So, in one of the prayers, it talks about the 36 holy women that were with the Nazarene at the time of those biblical stories. You know, you don't hear a lot about the backbone of the apostles and Christ from that period of time, but in the Orthodox Church there is tradition of those women that were present and allowed for the mission to be carried out, allowed for ones to be fed, allowed for ones to be sustained in the journey. And these are all backed up by biblical accounts as well. I just think that has been taught correctly. You know what I mean? Balance and equity. We don't know, Haile Selassie sit down on the throne, same time with his empress, same day with his empress. We don't know that in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, Mariam is highly venerated. You know, see it. Um, Even Iman's name in the Orthodox faith is Wolde Mariam. So I'm named after Mariam, you know. Um, so her iconography is everywhere in the church, you know, to show you that feminine is highly esteemed, even more than the male saints and apostles.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so if
We
ones were to really check it, it's it's there, you know.
yeah, yeah, but we know because of the infiltration and others, they want it to only be of a patriarchal way. But we know I and I is from the matriarchal point of view, this is how it all started, and we have to continue to. We talk about reminders, right, Nagahan? we have
That's
to we have to bring forth the awareness and the reminders of, yeah, the balance of the king and the queen is a must, and I
a
do play
must.
an instrumental role in the order as far as the balance.
Absolutely. I mean, even again in the biblical stories, when Christ is resurrected, the first person that sees him, the resurrection, is Mary Magdalene, you know, and and she was tasked with the job now to go tell the guys that he is risen, essentially, and so a lot of these things are overlooked because of the Western aspect of Christianity.
You said
But I'm
overlooked.
thinking of the emperor's Christianity, the original Christianity, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I overlooked. That's an interesting word. I believe it's on purpose. I believe it's
Yeah,
on purpose,
yeah.
which is unfortunate. But give thanks that I and I are here to remind ones, to remind ones. And it's there. It has always been there, right?
What I'm saying. It's always been there. It's never not been so.
Right,
You know, see it.
right.
Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's correct. It's been purposefully redesigned
yeah,
this way
yeah.
uh, to create imbalance.
Right,
You see,
right.
so it's purposeful. It's a trick of the enemy for sure.
Sure, sure, sure. Give thanks, word, sound, and power. Um, a little while ago, you spoke about holy, and I actually had it lined up to play. And no, I'm serious. I had it all ready, and then you happened to speak about it. So I wanted you to, if you would like to introduce the track, please, before I feature it.
Holy from Living Stream actually as well. Yeah, it's another tune based upon a biblical verse that's telling us, we have to try to be like uh, Father in Zion, basically. Scripture literally says, "Be perfect, like God who is in heaven." Essentially,
Right,
even trying to be perfect is good enough.
right,
Even trying is good enough.
right.
We're not saying, because we know all man and woman fall short of the glory, but the fact that you're
You're doing
trying
your best.
is
You as long
yeah,
as I and I do our best, like, I'm gonna be very frank and very transparent with you. I don't even use the
yeah,
word try in my vocabulary. I say,
yeah,
because you're doing it. You are being purposeful in what you are doing, and even if that means that you're taking those small steps, right? So as long as
yes,
you are purposeful and you're doing what is necessary to elevate, you're
yeah,
good. You're good because
yeah,
it's all about small steps, small steps, small steps. And this is what we're
exactly.
reaching towards, right, Nagahan?
That is it. That is it. Right. To be whole is not to say that you won't make a mistake again
It's part of the journey
necessarily.
to make mistakes, and that's okay. You shake it off and you get back on track and you do what you got to do.
dust off and keep it moving, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. So let the people let's listen to this. Holy. I'm gonna feature two more tracks after Holy, okay, Nagahan?
Words of wisdom I say bring come. From the mouth of ancients I am and say bring come. From the grandfathers down to the grandson. Precepts of the Almighty I them hand down. Don't hold respect when it's due like ransom. Here in the land of the living, land of the God's son. Order out of chaos, no random. Yeah. Be holy as Jaja is holy. Yeah. Humble the proud and go exalt the lowly. I try box man in a category. Sit up in a spirit and the flesh matrimony. Burn the beast contest and sell out for money. Some mock the king and think that is funny. He'll Selassie and slew them duppy. Tell them courage it takes to humble low and study.
Yes, slew them.
Approve with testimony. Seek your government first and rising out the money. Be holy as I am holy.
Be holy as I am holy.
Humble the proud and go exalt the lowly. He must come again. Free the children from Babylon system. Yeah. And show the true origin. And this is the way to remind them. And bring a clearer route. Even when there's turbulence, test of faith and doubt. Bless I and I coming in and going out. A lamp to I
You hear? Bless I and I. Going. Yes.
Be holy as I am holy.
Be holy as I am holy.
Humble the proud and go exalt the lowly. Words of wisdom I say bring come. From the mouth of ancients I am and say bring come. From the grandmother down to the grandson. Precepts of the Almighty I them hand down.
The lineage.
Don't hold respect when it's due like ransom. Here in the land of the living, land of the God's son.
Give thanks.
Order out of chaos, it not random. It not random. Be holy as I am holy, says the Lord God Almighty. Yeah.
I want to take this time to say give thanks to everyone on Facebook. Give thanks to everyone on the Mixcloud as well.
Set apart and holy. Be holy as Jaja is holy. Yeah. Humble the proud and go exalt the lowly. I try box man in a category, but in a spirit and the flesh matrimony.
Blessed Lord.
Open door. You want to tell us about this
Open,
one?
yeah, Open Doors, the first release on the Tetra label, which is Iman label basically. Um, it's out on vinyl and I think on Bandcamp, not streaming yet, but
Mm,
I'm glad they are in Cocky Door.
mm. Give thanks
Yeah,
for
but
sharing.
Open another one of those tunes where it's kind of like Stumble and Fell, written with the intent to open doors.
Mm.
You see, so yeah, just letting people know that salvation is an open door, you know, and yeah, they can step through any kind.
Yeah, go on forward. Yes, salvation is an open door, and they could
Yeah,
step forward anytime.
anytime. Yeah, yeah, that's where we at with it.
Yeah, yeah. So you mentioned how salvation is an open door.
Yeah,
An open
yes.
door where? How? What does that
You
mean?
know, for I personally, as an Orthodox, you know, the Bible teaches that Christ is the door. So that's the door that I'm referring to. You see it. So everything associated with Christ and all that he taught and all that he stood for and all that he stands for. Um, yeah, and yeah, like I said, he literally says in the New Testament, I am the door. So that's the door that I'm thinking about. You
Give
see it.
thanks.
It's open for everybody, you know, for anybody.
Give thanks. And one more after this. Nagahan, please, why don't you share all of your social media contact? If anybody wants to book you, if they need to find you, how can they find you?
Yeah, on Facebook, I'm under Nagahan, Nagahan. My IG, if you search for Nagahan, you'll find Negus Wolde. So it'll be NGUSWOLDE, Negus Wolde. My email is hanpalo@gmail.com. Or just send me a private message on any of the social medias. It's fair, you know.
Good, good. Give thanks. Final word, sound, and power for the world. What message would you like to tell all of the listeners at this time, as well as
Yes.
once the recording is there? What do you want them to know?
Yes, I well, it's just to hold on to good faith and keep the positive above. Know that the negative is always going to be there to help propel you to the next stage and the next level. This has been the lesson for I personally, and I imagine it's the same for anybody else. So just keep the positive above. Times, so strengthen your mind, like Sister Desiree teaches us, and strengthen the mind, strengthen the heart, strengthen the body as well. um yeah, and just be ready for anything, and smile more often.
Right? Yes. Give thanks. Beautiful, I message. So the next track that I'm going to play, which is the final, More Blessings. I want to say give thanks for sharing this, by the way. I absolutely adore it. Beautiful,
Give
beautiful.
a
Yeah.
tap. Yeah, big up Mighty Danu and big up Fat Puffin Records from out of Sheffield, UK. That's their production.
Okay.
It was such a joy working on it. It
Good.
was, yeah, we gave it our all. Big up King David Owens on the trombone. It was a
Oh,
joy singing
yes.
horn
Beautiful.
and
Yes.
working off of each other. So that's all of that made it come out to be a really special sound and
Yes.
authentic vibe. More
Yeah.
blessings.
Yeah. And I see it's getting good plays, and I full joy the video. Everybody who's playing it, it's really a
Yes,
nice composition. More
give thanks.
blessings. Yes, Nagahan, I want to say give thanks for the I time in gracing Real Vibes Radio. Give thanks for sharing time and space. Give thanks for your word, sound, and power. And continue to elevate, continue to spread awareness of goodness and how I and I supposed to live as people, how I and I supposed to be, and and how I and I are supposed to do with one another. Give thanks for that, my brother. It was an honor and it was a joy to have you on here.
Thank you so much, and give thanks for providing a platform for I and I to express these things at this time.
Yes.
It's a rare thing to get the intimate talk and interview. It's the interview, isn't it?
It's a
Yeah,
reasoning, Nagahan. It's a reasoning.
evening. It's yeah, fleshing it out.
True, true. Yeah, give thanks. CC Flava, she says, love it. Penny Vibes, stay up full and bright. Keep shining your light and smile. Yes, I. Those are her words. Yes,
That
yes. Hail up, Farmer Man. All right, so family, once again, give thanks for sharing time and space. This was a special, magnificent Monday with our brother Nagahan. Give thanks, and we learned so much about the eye and the music, and continue to do what is necessary to elevate.
thanks for real. Yeah,
Yeah.
enough love and light. All the ones tuned in.
Yes.
Stay more works to come. There's always new inspirations coming forward for the item. So stay
Right.
tuned.
Yes, and be grounded. So here's more blessings.
Yeah, more blessing. When the sunshine is missing from the sky, silver lining concealed from your eyes. Yes, I'm more blessing. Yet still I'm more blessing. When the mountains fall into the sea, and when war breaks breaks out continually, you're with me with more blessings, with more blessings. From now on to eternity, the Lord is thy strength and thy security. With more blessings, with more blessings.
That one is nice. I gotta play it twice. Yeah, that's right. More blessings.
When the sunshine is missing from the sky,
Nagahan,
silver lining concealed from your eyes,
Rastafari, Empress Menenai.
yet still a more blessing. When the mountains fall into the sea, and when war breaks out continually, you're with me with more blessings, with more blessings. From now on to eternity, the Lord is
You're
thy
here
strength
from
and thy
now until
security.
eternity.
With more blessings,
More blessings.
with more blessings.
Oh, yeah. 3 is a charm, right, Nagahan? That's what we do.
More blessings.
Yeah, this
When the sunshine is
to
missing from the
each
sky,
and every household.
silver lining concealed from your eyes. Yes, a more blessing. Yet still a more blessing. When the mountains fall into the sea, and when war breaks out continually, you're with me with more blessings, with more blessings. From now on to eternity, the Lord is thy strength and thy security. With more blessings, with more blessings. Sing out, O barren, break forth with singing, yes. Bless the children, yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
stretch out your curtains, yeah. Your habitations be strengthened.
Everyone on the Mixcloud, Miss Chin, Too Sweet, Bernadette Perez, Puerto Rico is in the house. St. Croix, CC Flava, Love. Farmer Man, Jamex Ramirez, Black Star Liner Crew, Trinidad and Tobago, Mama Alkebulan.
When the sunshine is missing from the sky, silver lining concealed from your eyes. Yes, a more blessing, yet still a more blessing. When the mountains fall into the sea, and when war breaks out continually, you're with me with more blessings, with more blessings.
D, Original Reverence,
From now
Love.
on to eternity, the Lord is thy strength and thy security. With more blessings,
Ras Shumiel,
with more
Love.
blessings. Sing out, O barren, break forth with singing, yes. Bless the children, yeah. And stretch out your curtains, yeah. Your habitations be strengthened. May your life be lengthened with more blessings, with more blessings. More blessings, more blessings, more blessings, more blessings, more blessings,
More blessings. Once again, to each and every household, give thanks for sharing time and space with Alkebulan Empress Sounds on Real Vibes Radio. Nagahan, what an honor and what a pleasure to have you grace Real Vibes Radio. Give thanks. Rastafari love and light to the eye and your loved ones.
Give thanks, I, for real.
Yes.
Blessed Lord.
Blessed love.
Blessed love, I.
I like a chance.
Alkebulan Empress, hail the Queen, yeah. Alkebulan Empress, let me hail the Queen, yeah. Alkebulan Empress, divinely inspired Empress, Selectress, they are. Anointed and appointed Empress, Selectress,
Tough Lion, Biggs, and Lujan. Give thanks for this.
committed to the upliftment of our community through the sound of musical unity. They are. Spinning the artists and the latest, showcasing the greatness of our collective arts and culture. They are. Alkebulan Empress, come together and hail the Queen. Yeah. Empress,
Alkebulan Empress song.
Alkebulan Empress, you hear that? Alkebulan Empress, full of teaching, healing, vibing, lifting. They are. Giving you the best, never nothing less, no. They are. The Empress Isheba Carranza and Empress CC Flava, sisters come together, combining their goddess power. They spread a lot of joy on St. Croix whenever they touch down and play. Through the digital diffusion, broadcasting sessions all over the world. Alkebulan Empress, hail the Queen. Alkebulan Empress, all hail the Queen.
Rasta Queens.
Empress, are you listening? Alkebulan Empress, again I tell you that they are divinely inspired Empress, Selectress. They are. Fully anointed and appointed Empress, Selectress. They are. Full of teaching, healing, vibing and lifting. They are. Giving you the best, oh, never nothing less. Them sisters.